This is Army reporter Colin Halmarick from South Vietnam. With me is Brigadier Hughes of Stafford Heights, Brisbane, the commander of the 1st Australian Task Force. Brigadier Hughes, I understand that elements of your task force are in the thick of fighting in northwest Bien Hoa Province at the moment. Can you tell me why they were moved there and how they are doing?
Yes, this is correct. The intelligence build-up indicated that there was to be another offensive against Saigon, and we were moved to the eastern side of Bien Hoa Province to block on the routes in which it was thought he might enter. In the early stages, this was a very dead area, and we had very little contact. Later, as the battle in Saigon developed and it was expected that the VC would pull out, we were moved to another area across what was known as one of his main trunk routes. And we moved into what we called Fire Support Base Col in this area, and obviously this embarrassed him greatly. We moved in on the 12th of May, and that very night he carried out a battalion-sized attack against the forces that were there. 2 nights later, having been repulsed the first time, he carried out a regimental attack, and again he was repulsed. Obviously, we've embarrassed him by being on this position, hence the 2 attacks, which is a little unusual in this area. The units we had there were the 1st Battalion and the 3rd Battalion of the Royal Australian Regiment, A Squadron of the 3rd Cav Regiment, 12th Field Regiment, 1 Field Squadron of Engineers, 104 SIG Squadron, and the Task Force Maintenance Area troops. The brunt of the attack was actually borne by 1 Battalion and 102 Field Battery. Both of these units are new in the country, and they did remarkably well. In the first attack, the gunners were firing over open sights. The second attack, we were able to give them much more protection in the form of infantry.
Can you tell me whether these attacks were staged by regular or irregular forces from the Viet Cong, and were the attacks planned and well coordinated?
The attacks were carried out by North Vietnamese regulars. The first attack was a quick one that was put in on the night after we arrived. The second one was a very well planned attack. 2 days before the attack, he had carried out quite a number of patrols to reconnoiter our positions. He supported his attacks very well with rockets and mortar fire, and he attacked from 3 different directions, and all these attacks were very well coordinated.
That being the case, sir, do you think that he will now attack the base again?
Well, I'd like to think that he would. On each occasion he was repulsed with quite heavy losses to himself. We are better dug in and better prepared to receive him in the future. I think if he's wise, he wouldn't.
So you mentioned that the 1st Battalion and the guns bore the brunt of both of these attacks. Can you tell me, sir, how did the boys stand up to these attacks?
Well, both units stood up to it very well indeed. The gunners, particularly in the early stages, as they were fighting right from their gun pits.
And the attacks on the perimeter, mainly to the infantry positions, these, I take it, sir, were fought mainly on the wire, if any.
This is so. On the second attack, particularly, they didn't enter our positions at all. They were fought right in the front pits.
Well, thank you, sir. Colin Halmarick, Army reporter, South Vietnam.